Welcome, my friends, to the House of Fate. Today, I bring to you the delights of Morigesh, one of the best characters in the game, if properly used. So today, I am going to show you how to use her and how to build her. Now, all of the cards you see here are what composes the deck. I will not mention them one by one, but I will leave them down in the description for you to see them more in depth. Let's start the video by saying which skill you should acquire first, which is Hive. Hive is a skill that does continuous damage, and at the beginning of a match, this is something that is necessary because you do not want a skill that just causes damage to one individual opponent. You want a skill that can take as much enemies as possible. In this case, Hive. Hive will do damage to both enemies and minions, and at the beginning of the match, this is something necessary because the more opponents you take down, the more card experience you're gonna get. So always go with Hive at the beginning of the match. The more enemies you take down, the more experience points you will get. Now that we have covered the first skill, let's go ahead and talk about the lanes. Which lane should you take? Now this is a rather controversial question. However, in my opinion, I feel that Murgaish shines more brightly in the middle than in any other lanes. However, in this match, there was a person already in the middle and she wasn't gonna let go of it even if the core was getting attacked. There are just people like that, and if you find yourself in a match where people are just selfish and they don't value the characters in the positions that they need to be, just go ahead and take any other lane. However, if the middle is open, go ahead and take it. It will be perfect for you. Here we see the value of Hive. I'm facing two opponents and I'm only one, yet I am able to push them back and keep them from attacking the tower. Now this is a task that if I were to have chosen another skill, I would not be able to push them back and keep them from attacking the tower. So always go with Hive as your first skill. Now that you reach level 2, which skill should you acquire? I consider this a very difficult question because it all depends on the situation you're in. You're in a situation where you're in need to cause damage and you think you can kill the enemy if you use Mark, well then by all means go with the Mark. If you're in the situations where you're getting attacked and you may need to escape, go with Swarm. It all depends on the situation you're in. What I normally do is just wait out till I get to level 3 and unlock my other skill. And then I'll go ahead and unlock the other two skills at the same time. Now let's talk about the orders in which you should upgrade the skills. Number first, you should prioritize Hive. It's a skill that does continuous damage, and by so, the Twin Blast fell to its death. The second skill you should prioritize is Mark. It's a skill that does insane damage, and if you pair it up with your special, you can do some pretty amazing stuff. Now let's talk about Swarm. It is a skill that you should prioritize as the third one because first one goes Hive, then goes Mark, and then goes Swarm. Swarm is a skill that you would be using to escape dangerous situations such as this one. The Severa was gonna kill me, I do a 360 and I shot him. But I only managed to escape because I used Swarm. At late game, the Swarm skill is used in other ways, but for now, let's talk just about escaping with it. Now that you have your force points, let's go ahead and spend it on the card Staff of the Adamant. This is a card that will bring you mana and at the same time power. And as you know, Morigesh is a character that her skills uses a lot of mana, so you're gonna be in need of it. And at the same time, you want to maximize your power output, so that's why we went with Staff of the Adamant, because it focuses on mana and at the same time power. Once again, the Swamp skill helps me to escape. Now that we have enough points to spend, let's go back to base and put them. Now what you're gonna see me do here is a mistake that I do not want you to do, so that's why I'm showing it. I got cocky and I thought that I could kill the gadget with my special. I acted before I think. So this is something that you always need to be careful of. You need to think before you act. You need to assess the life of your enemy before you throw the special. So remember, always remain calm and assess. If you do not do this, you're just gonna end up doing what I did. Getting retrained by Ingerd and not doing the correct thing, which is assessing and thinking. Over on left lane, I am mostly taking on these two guys by myself, but there are times when help comes, such as this one. The Bellica helps me and stumps them while I take damage, and then, boom, I pop my special. Now this is one of the things that makes Morigesh so good. The flexibility of her special. You can use it anywhere on the map. Once you have marked the enemy, it's only a matter of time before you use it. You obviously need to be careful because the special will not kill the enemy. You need to get the enemy to a certain degree of health before you use it. However, it is such flexible that you can use it on any part of the map, and that is one of the things that makes this character so valuable. Now that you have enough points to spend, you're gonna go back to base and upgrade the Staff of the Adamant. However, if you see that you have enough points to put the Tainted Magick card, you can go ahead and do it. Or if you want to follow the pattern of the cards I'm using, you can do that as well. So the next card I put is Riftmagus. Now this is a card that not only gives you power, but at the same time it gives you critical chance. Now you're not always going to be using your specials, your skills, so it's good to at least have one card on the deck or the build that causes normal damage. And by so, I have chosen the Riftmagus because it offers a bunch of power and at the same time a critical chance. Remember when I said think and assess? This is one of these parts. Over here, a guy is getting attacked, and I could have probably gone over to save him by attacking the other twos. However, if I would have done that, I would probably died. So I decided to just wait for him to drop down and then attack the target, so hoping that he would get slowed. But since that plan worked, I was stupid enough and thought to myself, there are only two targets. I did not think what would happen before. I only thought about just saving that guy. So over here, I went ahead and tried to finish that guy off. But the whole team gangbanged me and I ended up dying. So this is one of the parts where you need to assess and think. Not only are you going to be able to save your friend, but are you going to be able to save yourself? Are you gonna be able to see what comes next? This is one of the most important questions when playing these types of games, or any types of games that exist in the world, because if you predict what's gonna happen, that's what's gonna make you win. Over here, these two guys are getting attacked by a teammate, so I decided to jump in on the action and see if I could get a kill. Fortunately, I get two of them, so that's good, and more card points for me. However, I feel like some of you guys do not like me posting all the fights that I go through, all the kills that I do. Some of you guys just want to see the build and the deck. So if you guys just don't like seeing the fights and me narrating them, just comment down below and tell me. And if you guys just want to keep seeing more fights like this, comment down below and tell me as well, so that I can keep doing them. Over here, I used the mark and I killed the Severarch. Once again, the flexibility of the special saves the day. Let's go back to the base and put another upgrade on the Riftmagus. Now that we have more cards to spend, let's go ahead and go with the Thirstfang. Now why did I go with the Thirstfang? It's a card that offers at the same time power and lifesteal. Now there are a few cards that do this, As a Murgaish, you're not gonna be as tanky. You're really scrunchy, you can get easily killed. So I needed a card that at the same time that maximizes my damage output, it regens my health. So this is where the Thirstfang comes in. I do damage with the Thirstfang, and at the same time I get my health back. One of the things that are really needed when using Morigesh, since she really doesn't have that much health. A whole bunch of shit happening in the middle. I throw a hive to cause continuous damage. Then I hit him with a mark so that I can do more damage. I try to get close. Boom. Hit him with another mark. He's dead. And now let's retreat. My teammates are retreating. I go and follow them. However, there are still enemies that are attacking my teammates. So I decide to go and follow. Boom. The monkey's doing some insane damage. I throw a hive. Then the mark, he's almost dead. The monkey goes at me. He's mad. Back off, dude. Do not make me go Russian on you, my friend. And then the Severog, it's I don't know what he's doing. He's fucking taking all the damage. Some weird shit is happening. However, this is something that you always need to be precautious of. If you're low on mana, you need to go to the river buffs or back to base to get the mana back up. However, if you're close to the river buffs, just go over there, get your health back up, and that will help you stay in the fight. Now that you have enough points to spend, let's go back to base and upgrade the Thirstfang. 1 major cast and 1 lesser strike. Another great battle over at left lane. I used the hive to cause some damage, then I used the mark to do more insane DPS. I used the swarm so that I can get a little bit of my health back up. Then again I used the mark. He has so little health left, however I'm not hitting him, so he still hits me. He pops a special, I'm about to die. I pop my special while in midair, and he ends up dying. 1 special kill. So now that you have enough points to spend, you're gonna go back to base. Let's go ahead and add the Windcarver blade, which gives you power and attack speed. I don't like the idea of adding more than 3 cards that are the same. For example, 3 staff of the Adamants. It would be great, a great addition to Morigesh. However, I don't feel like that's a build. I feel like that's just adding with the same card over and over again. So that's why I use different cards on this build. I added the Windcarver's blade because it is a card that gives you power, and so we need power to maximize the damage that we do. However, it gives you at the same time attack speed, which is something that you're going to be using frequently because, as I said before, not all times are you going to be using your skills. Over here, boom, I am causing some damage only using my dagger. So as you see, the Windcarver's blade has its effect. Now that you have enough points to spend, you're going to go back to base and upgrade the Windcarver blade once again. A little bit of action on left lane. Let's go ahead and put the dagger, put the hive, and put the mark all in one, and she's dead. Now this guy thinks he can escape. However, Kwang ends up stunning him, and we get the kill. Good job. Now that you have enough points to spend, you're going to go back to base and put additional points. As you see, a good score, and it's only going to get better by the second. Now there is something with this build, the peculiar case, which is that it has 7 cards. It has the Thickblood, Nanoplasm, and the Tainted Magick. The Thickblood is for occasions where you're facing a healer on the enemy team, which offers healing. You use the Thickblood, which reduces the enemy's healing by 40%. However, if the enemy team doesn't have a healer, you don't need to use Thickblood. You can only go ahead and use the Tainted Magick or the Nanoplasm. So that's why I added the 7 cards, because I consider a build to be always prepared for anything that happens. So if you have a healer on the enemy team, Thickblood. If you don't, just go with the normal roll, which is Tainted Magick and Nanoplasm. Once again, it's the same damage over here. Boom, Sevark's crazy person. I don't know what he's doing. Either way, I mark him and I'm getting shot, and I decide to take some distance from me and the enemy team. I use my special, I get the kill. Let's go ahead and join the fight once again. I marked her, I kill her. It's some crazy stuff. I use my mark once again, and as you see, the mark proves itself useful. It does amazing damage, and it's just insane. Now that you have enough points to spend, you're gonna go back to base, and if you have enough points, you're gonna add either the Tainted Magick or the Nanoplasm. I had enough points for the Tainted Magick, so I go ahead and add it. Now what does the Tainted Magick do? Not only does it give you mana regen and give you power, but it also gives you a unique passive, which makes your ability apply additional damage over time. That deals ability damage equal to 8% of the target's current health over 3 seconds. In turn, what this does is that each time you hit an enemy with an ability, it's going to be doing continuous damage over the period of 3 seconds. So you're just going to be doing a hell of a lot damage to enemies, and at the same time you're going to be getting that mana regen and that power, additional power output. So it's a good card to pair up with Murgaish, because since she uses a lot of her abilities, now all of her abilities have continuous damage. Amazing, right? Now I'm going to be real with you. This is like the 8th time I try to freaking record a video with Murgaish. because the fact is that each time that the video ends, I do not finish the build because the match either ends too quickly, or we end up winning, or we end up losing. It doesn't matter, but the reason is that I end up not building this deck. So as you see over here, I could have helped the Kwang, finish the map by attacking the core, but I just want to freaking just finish the build because it's being so tiring playing again and again with Morigesh, just trying to finish the build. And you know, I'm sorry if you think that I'm selfish for not, you know, helping the Kwang and stuff, but it's the only way that I feel that I'm gonna be able to, you know, complete the build. Because if I don't do that, like, we're just gonna end up winning, and once again, no finished build. Now that you have enough coins to spend, you're going to go back to base and you're going to upgrade the Tainted Magick. This will result in a damage output of 240, which is quite good. The Wukong wants to fight. Let's grant the monkey his wishes. So we fight the Wukong, and apparently he has something that does a lot of damage and health regen at the same time, and almost ends up killing me. Once again, I could have stayed in the middle and helped my teammates with the push, but I want to finish the build, so I go back to base and add Nanoplasm. Now Nanoplasm is a card that is, let's say you're a vampire. Each time you throw a skill, it's like sucking blood from a human. You get part of your health back up. So each time you hit an enemy with a skill, I'm sorry about that. Each time you hit an enemy with a skill, you're gonna get part of your health back up. So it's a great skill to add to Morigesh, because as you know, you pair it up with Mark and you're gonna do some insane stuff. Now the match ended. I'm sorry I could not finish the build, but this was as close as I could get in 8 matches. So I hope you have enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave a like and a comment down below. Special thanks to a guy that commented on my Murdock video saying great build, and where is the next video gonna be coming. You know, you got my hopes high, and this video was able to make it because of your comment. Thank you. So guys, if you want to see more videos, comment down below. If you dislike the video and you have other ideas, comment down below as well. Maybe we can have a shared opinions on it. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. Peace out, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace out. See you on the battlefield.